Hey everybody, in today's video I'm going to be teaching you this like super common kind of flashy whip into a bind trick, and this is what it looks like. Before you start this trick, you just want to make sure you have nice neutral string tension. That'll help with the whipping into the gap. So I'm sure you guys have seen a lot of people do that. It's a very common bind that people do. It's really cool looking, but I don't think there's any tutorials out there teaching you. So I'm going to be teaching you guys today. So the first step is just to throw it. You just get into a breakaway. You don't even need to land into a trap beat. It's just kind of a breakaway, just like this. Let the yo-yo hang. And the first step in learning this trick is actually going to be whipping the string over like that in a counterclockwise motion. So that's like kind of like if you're doing a reverse hook or something like that. You want to make sure that you're whipping in that reverse counterclockwise, or not reverse counterclockwise, but just counterclockwise movement. And so that's really the first step. And you want to kind of whip behind the yo-yo rather than kind of like in front of it like that. So you want to kind of whip behind it, and that's just get comfortable with kind of whipping it like that, because that's really what is gonna, is the main part of the trick. So you want to pop it up. You're gonna take your like non-throw hand and just kind of pop it up just like that, and then take your throw hand and move it in a circle like that, and it'll get that whip coming around. All right, so like I said, get this down, and once you can, really there's only one more thing to do after that. What you need to do is kind of guide this string that is going to be connected, that is closer to you. You want to guide that into the back half of the yo-yo. And how we're going to do that is essentially, once we get to this point in our whip where our hand comes right back, so we're going to come right back to the yo-yo, and we're going to kind of stop. So we're not going to fully whip around like that. Once we get right there where our hand is right next to the yo-yo, just like that, we're going to stop the whipping. So like right there. And we're going to stop the whipping, and we're going to take our hand and pull it under the yo-yo like that. So stop the whip and pull it under the yo-yo. And that is what is going to get the string to get into the gap of the yo-yo. So like I said, if you go like that, that's a full whip. We don't want to do that. We want to whip around the yo-yo up until this point where we're right next to it to the right, and then pull our hand under it just like that, and that'll get it to whip into the gap just like that. So really, that's like the best way I can describe it. Other than that, looking at the slow-mos should help, but like I said, it's just whipping in this motion. We're going to whip around until we get right next to the yo-yo, and then quickly move our hand right here and under into the gap of the yo-yo just like that, and that'll get it to bind. Now, something that can happen is it can be a little bit of a snaggy bind, but that just depends on what yo-yo you're using. Some yo-yos have a tighter gap than others and whatnot. So it can just, there's not much you can do. Like right there, I kind of got a little bit of a snag. One thing you can do is just letting less string go into the gap of the yo-yo. And how you can do that is by raising your hand a little bit higher. So if my hand's a little bit higher before I kind of go under it, it'll help with that, rather than it being like right under it, then a lot of string goes in, kind of like that. So if you have your hand a little bit higher before you kind of whip behind the yo-yo and under it just like that, then it'll help with that. Another tip I'll give you guys is just really focus on not going too fast here. It's not like a super fast whipping motion like this. It's not like that. It's a nice controlled movement. So we're going to have this nice whip, and it's a slow kind of like that. I mean, you saw how I just did it right there. It's not super fast. It's really nice and controlled, and you whip under the yo-yo to get the string to go into the gap. I'll show you guys a bunch of slow-mos, but I hope this helped. And if you guys have any questions, you can drop them down below.